should be sleeping like a log. But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I feel alright. You know I feel alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night on Vintage Sound 93.1 FM. Happy Tuesday, 2 for Tuesday. We have some more great requests on the way. A double shot from The Firm and just a few. And more gift certificates to the Pearl City Chop House and free ham from Hy-Vee Main Street. I have several more of those to give away, so don't touch that dial. Christmas Eve tomorrow. Christmas on Thursday. Is anybody getting a brand new motorcycle for Christmas? Is Santa going to show up? Wouldn't that be cool if Santa showed up at your house on the bike and he was like, ho, 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 I got this motorcycle for you. However Santa sounds. That would be a cool gift. Now, if a new motorcycle isn't in the budget, here's something that you could use as a stocking stuffer. And it's free. Thunder Roads Magazine of Iowa. The January edition is ready to roll. You can pick them up here at the radio station. And Eryka is on the phone. Hello, my friend.
Good morning, Tony. How you doing?
I'm good, good, good. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you, too. I've been listening to all this Christmassy stuff all morning long, and I still don't have the urge to go wrap presents.
I wish I was better at wrapping presents. I guess the good thing with if you use the Thunder Roads Magazine January edition as a present, you could just roll it up and put it in the stocking, right? You don't have to wrap it.
Oh, they're so versatile. Yeah, it goes right into a stocking. It'll fit perfectly in a gift bag.
Yeah.
You know, like the Diamonds on the Avenue guy was saying, wrap some tissue paper around it. Makes it prettier.
So this is cool. So it's the first edition for the new year. So January 20. It's so exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is, man. We are more packed than ever before in a January issue, and we couldn't do that without the thanks of our sponsors and our loyal readers.
Sure.
We have an issue right here dedicated to getting through the non-riding season. So it's wintertime, you know, nobody's bikes are moving, even though we want to. What do? We all get together and we spend money, and it's awesome. We have just a phenomenal list of events coming up over the next 3 months. And, you know, that listing is always on the back cover here, and we are adding to it daily. So make sure to check our Facebook page and our website for the most current list of events coming up in your neck of the woods.
And I think it's awesome, Eryka, because, you know, if you're a motorcycle enthusiast and, you know, you don't want to get the wintertime blues, right? I mean...
Oh, most definitely. And it's hard not to when you walk out to your garage and see your motorcycle freezing every morning.
You got to put a blanket on the motorcycle at some point, don't you?
He's slightly covered up, but, you know, it's for easy access on the off chance we get a really nice day over the next couple days.
I know.
Crossing my fingers. I'm praying for this, you guys. Throw it all.
So there's
throw all of our energy to it.
I know, like, you know, in Christmas forecast is like partly sunny and a high of 42. So it's like...
there will be people riding.
You know?
I'm pretty sure there will be people riding.
Right.
You know?
Like Motorcycle Santa will be out and about, won't he?
He very well could be. I know he's been in the Quad Cities for 3 years in a row. One time in the back of a truck because it was too slick.
That's
but
so
he
awesome.
Still rode through the Quad Cities on his motorcycle.
I love that. So, so obviously the magazine has, you know, the features that we've come to know and love each month. But
most definitely.
But the big to do, like Eryka said, there's these weird 3 months of like, you know, gonna be bad weather, it's gonna be cold, but like you said, you want to get together, and there's a ton of different excuses to hang out with your friends and go to cool events and buy things and modify bikes, right? I mean, give me some examples of places I could go.
Yeah. Well, let's see, we cook off with a chili cook-off. I'm sorry, no, it's the Winter Sucks Party. The chili cook-off isn't until February. Sorry, hold your gas, folks.
Okay.
So we kick off with the Winter Sucks Party in Cedar Rapids, the 17th of January. And then that weekend is actually, the next weekend is the official kickoff of Quad City Biker area stuff going on. We have the 30th annual Iowa Motorcycle Swap Meet down in Ottumwa, which is on January 24th. Excuse my note-taking.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's always been proven to be just a great time. if you're not familiar with the area, I highly recommend familiarizing yourself with that area down there. There's a lot of beautiful roads to ride, and a lot of just hands down amazing Iowans. You know, it's one of the greatest things is to get off of your beaten path and meet somebody new.
Yeah, absolutely.
You find out you guys could have different shells on, but you're still both made of chocolate, you know? Just like the M&Ms. So, you know, it's...
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great
the way
analogy.
I'm just looking to do it. Yeah, yeah. And then, you know, that Sunday we can head out to Wild Wade's High Performance Swap Meet out in Des Moines. That's always proven to be a great time. They're focused more for the gearhead and limited Harley stuff, but that doesn't mean, since he's advertising with us, that he's not opened it up to a bunch of bikes. And
right.
last I knew, he's looking forward to a bunch of motorcyclists joining him in some high-performance fun on January 25th, that Sunday.
That's awesome. So these are,
yeah.
I mean, like I'm looking at the digital magazine online.
Isn't that a great feature?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what happens when your representative is a slacker. So, thank you.
But there's so many cool things. And I like the events that are close to home for us, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many things that you could do within a 3-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
If you are bored, I've said it from the beginning of working with the magazine, if you are bored on a weekend, it is not our fault.
Right.
We give you plenty of options. It's up to you whether or not you want to go check it out. So, you know, we do have a beautiful Muscatine Muscatine car and a bodacious lady on the cover and a custom that I have to talk about.
Yeah.
Yes. So, congratulations to Mr. Sean Beauchamp, who made it on the cover with a 1972 Olds Cutlass Coupe. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful ride. They've raced my husband's car, the Thunder Chicken, and we'll just not talk about how that whole thing worked out. So we've done some racing against the car, and it was just by chance that this photo ended up on the cover. Turns out the beautiful, bodacious blonde Brittany Lee, who's an Iowa gal, she's on the fast track to model fame and fortune and traveling around the country at this point. These photos were taken back throughout the summer when she was here visiting, and the beautiful Brittany Lee will be down at the swap meets that are going to be happening up in the Quad Cities.
That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. I know that, there's all kinds of things that happen. Make sure that you check websites. There are free days that are involved with some of these multi-day events that go on. So make sure that you check and see if you're military. You might get free entrance with your military ID. And a lot of these swap meets and shows, children under 12 are free. So it's a nice, cheap way to get out of the house, stretch your legs, and be around some like-minded folks.
Absolutely. And I actually know Brittany, so that's cool to see her on the cover.
Yeah.
And that car is just awesome. What about the bike, though? Whose bike is that? That's a good-looking bike.
Let's see. The bike belongs to Tony DeRue, and he's from over in the other side of the Mississippi River.
Gotcha.
But we got some permission to go ahead and print it. So Tony DeRue from Kewanee has got this beautiful 2014 Street Glide special that he's done a lot of modifications for. So we are all about Iowa, but with us being so close with the Quad Cities and right across the river, you know, I mean, you can't tell somebody that lives in New Boston that they're not from Muscatine. You know? I mean,
you got to include them, you know?
Yeah.
It's too close.
Yeah, most definitely. So we've got all kinds of winter fun for bikers and great ideas on how to stave off those non-riding blues throughout these pages. But we also have some other amazing stuff. Can I talk about the other amazing stuff?
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to remind folks that you can see Brittany. She'll be hanging out the 32nd Annual Rod and Custom Show, January 23rd through the 25th. More details on that inside the mag. And I'm flipping along on the digital section. Like I said, you know, my favorite section is the military riders. I love that.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I had a chance to sit down with Andy Miller from Marshalltown and do some chatting with him. And, you know, when a stranger starts out his conversation with, well, I didn't like the way my life path was going. I was making bad choices, and I needed to change things. So it was either jail or I was joining the military.
Right.
He is so thankful for all of the changes that came within him. throughout his time with the service, and it changed his direction early in life, and he's continuing to make an impact on the younger generation coming up now. So it's absolutely wonderful story about how just because you leave high school and you don't have a clue what's going on and you might be in a little bit of trouble, it's not the end of the world. You can always dig yourself out of it. You just have to want to.
It's good to see that Lee County is featured, right? 99 counties on the wall. That's exciting.
Heck yeah, just down south of Muscatine County a little bit in that very southeastern corner of the state.
That's a good-looking spread on Lee County. I got to read up on this.
Yeah. Darcy D-Ring, our 99 Counties gal, actually had a local tour guide who she met up with at the Freedom Rally in Algona last 4th of July.
Very cool.
She was explaining who she was and what she did, and he volunteered to take her around the county that he's from. So they, he happily showed her all around the county. They hit Fort Madison, West Point, Montrose, and Keokuk, plus a lot of the little unincorporated towns.
Sure.
That are down there along the Mississippi River. She boasted the great scenery, the winding roads, and a picturesque view of one of the widest parts of our mighty Mississippi.
That's really cool. It's a great section. Girls of Thunder, we have somebody from Grand Mound. I just flipped to that page.
Yes, we sure do. She is quite a sweetheart, been battling with a brain tumor for a while. The day I took this photo, she was 10 days out of surgery.
Wow.
Her husband had driven her bike there to a bike night just so she could sit on her bike and feel like she was riding again.
That's so great. That's Cindy Will on a 2008 VTS Honda from Grand Mound. That's really cool. I like that. That's a great
it's been so fun being part of this magazine and getting to meet Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sure you're the same. You're out and about always.
Right.
You get to meet Iowa. And it has been so much fun to learn everybody's story and then be able to turn around and tell their stories to other people.
Yep.
Absolutely great.
And that's exactly what this magazine is. It is such a good storyteller's guide, beat the wintertime blues, good recipes, funny jokes that we can't really use on the air. But
I promise one joke next year we can use on the air. I will find one joke that we can use. I promise. It's a challenge in the biker world.
I know. And then a local restaurant featured on We'll Ride to Eat Tapas, which is a great long-standing place in Davenport. That's good to see.
Yeah. Well, I told you last month that there would be a couple of guest appearances in this column. And surprise, here I am. My husband and I forced my husband to take me on a date, and it was wonderful. Tapas Steakhouse, I've driven past that. Like you said, it's a Quad City staple.
Mm-hmm.
Been there forever and ever. And I'm not going to lie, you guys are from Muscatine. You're familiar with the old Ina Mays building downtown.
Right, yep.
Wasn't exactly the most appealing building on the outside, but the food was absolutely to die for.
Yep.
And, when I sat down at Tapas, we walked in the door and we were greeted by everybody, including the cook who came out of the kitchen.
That's so cool.
It was just a great family restaurant, and the food was phenomenal. The service was great. And, not only were we there, it was a busy Saturday night, and everybody seemed to be enjoying themselves. It felt like a dining room full of one large family.
No, you're right. It's a good spot. Excuse me, and it's good to see them featured in the January edition. Folks,
Well, keep your eyes on the magazine for sure. We'll be hitting a couple spots in Dubuque and a couple up in the Cedar Rapids area. And if you ever have any ideas of where you'd like us to go, or any poker runs, any swap meets that you have planned for the 2015 season, let me know. Drop me an email, shoot me a line, catch me on Facebook. We're all over the place, easily accessible for your enjoyment.
It's true, and if you want to look at the digital issue, but please pick up a copy of Thunder Roads Magazine of Iowa.
Definitely. Now, I am broadcasting from the safety of my germ-infested bedroom. So my son will be down to Muscatine later this afternoon, taking care of my magazine delivery because I love him and he needs money.
There you go.
So,
well, feel better.
Everybody say hello to Andrew later.
Well, listen, Eryka, have a good Christmas. Take care. Feel better soon. And, folks, pick up the January edition, Thunder Roads Magazine of Iowa. Check them out on Facebook or thunderroadsiowa.com. Always good to hear from you, my friend. I hope you have a good holidays.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much, Tony. You do the same and squeeze that little baby's cheek. My God.
I will.
Have a good one, Tony.
You too,
Thank
dear.
you.
Take care, Eryka. Bye-bye.
Feel my
Spend your weeknights with a rock and roll